Good day again. Mike Stenhouse here with the Rhode Island Center for Freedom and Prosperity with another edition of What's Really in Your Best Interest. And today we're going to take a look and see if the 2017 proposed General Assembly budget is really in your best interest or not, and our families. We really have to look at this from two levels. At a macro level, 30,000 high um, level, what's the biggest problem we face in our state? To me, people are telling us that. Businesses are telling us that. They're voting with their feet. We are not growing in our population. We have the worst or among the worst population growth, if we have population growth at all, with our population and our families. We are not, new businesses are not popping up everywhere like they are in other states. We're stagnant. People understand that we're overtaxed, overregulated, too much government interfering in too much of our private lives. So my question is, first with the budget is, at this level, despite all the backslapping the political class has been giving to itself in Rhode Island, did this budget really do anything bold or dramatic that would cause more and more families to stay here or to come here, or more and more businesses to stay here or to set up shop here? I don't think so. I mean, we are ranked 48th or 50th or bottom 10 in so many categories that I don't see that we've done anything in this budget to really address that. Our Jobs and Opportunity Index that the Senate puts out, we're 48th ranked. In the Family Prosperity Index that we recently been talking about, we're 48th ranked. And again, at this level, I don't see any bold leadership in the budget. Taking a look at it at a more micro level, some of the specifics in the budget, I guess we would categorize it this way: that we've got some targeted incentives that give a few, like no income tax on retirement income, no lower beach fees, very minimal reduction in the corporate minimum tax. We've cut unemployment rate minimally as well for certain employers. But again, these are targeted incentives that aren't broad based and do really not much to help the average family in this state. What in this budget helps the average family in this state? Let me give you an analogy to think of. In my view, we've got a sea full of muck, overregulation, overtaxation, all kinds of other government interference and restrictions in our lives that restrict our freedom and our ability to be self prosperous. And yet, what this administration appears to believe in this political class, that if we provide some ladders that might help some people, some industries, some companies, whether it's students being bribed to stay in the state or seniors with a little reduction in certain parts of their income, retirement income, if we help them climb out of the muck, that somehow that's going to help the whole state. I don't think so. We don't agree with that. I mean, why don't we just reduce the muck? Why don't we do broad-based regulatory reforms? Why don't we do broad-based tax reforms that help every family, that help every business, so that people will want to come here? So we don't have to bribe students, or we don't have to bribe General Electric to set up shop here, that they'll want to do that because we've created a good business climate, or we've created a good climate to raise your family because of low interference of government, or low cost of taxation. This is how we have to move forward. And once again, those minor reductions in tax credits, the good things in this bill, are massively outweighed by the new things, the new taxes on the industries like ride sharing and the medical marijuana industry, new bonds that will spend more money on special interest projects and special interests. A lot of corporate welfare in this budget once again. Not as much as the governor wanted. The governor wanted a lot more corporate tax credits and what we call corporate welfare than the House gave them. But still, there's way too much in this budget. The charter school cuts are unthinkable. Education is so important to this state. Charter schools are nationally one of the great ways that we can provide better options for families, yet we're now starting to roll back some of that in the state because we're giving in to unions. We're putting the interests of the system, the interests of the unions, the interests of the bureaucracy ahead of the interests of the education of our students. That's sad, and that's not a good direction to go in. We're maintaining all the legislative grants apparently, and even the community service grants, even though they say there's been some reform, I think they've just repurposed it and sprinkled it around into other parts of the government. And finally, I want to talk about energy. There's a whole bunch of stuff in the budget and in pending legislation that will once again drive up energy costs and once again shovel your taxpayer money, your hard earned money, into the hands and pockets of special interest individuals and companies who supposedly advance a green agenda. You know, for all these reasons, once again, we see a budget that does not help the average guy, does not help the average family. You know, government is best when it works for all of us, not the special few. Sadly, this budget doesn't accomplish that goal. I hope you agree. Again, Mike Stenhouse for What's Really in Your Best Interest, signing off. Good day.